This is a Lion Pond Beats production. This is a Lion Pond Beats production.
The Signal 27 Show.
The best live stream podcast in the city.
How y'all doing? This is the Signal 27 Show in the community show. Just want to thank you all for tuning in this Saturday afternoon. This weekend, we have none other than Mr. Aaron Woodson with us through Zoom. How you doing today, Aaron?
Hey, doing good. Leroy, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good, man. As always, you know how things go around here. So give the people a little bit of insight about what it is that you do and what you got going on.
Oh, definitely. I'm a published author. I'm also a screenplay writer, a former military veteran from Vallejo, California. And just to give you a little background on what I do, I published, a book of poetry, a collection of poems in 2 volumes. The first book that I released was back in 2018. It was called The Face of Expression, which I'm going to hold up real quick. Here it is, if y'all can see that. And then I got my second book that I released in 2020 called The Face of Expression 2, In Your Face. And these are all poetry books. And it's been my dream as an author to publish my very first book. I wanted to inspire people out there. I like to, speak from the heart and just express myself through words, through poetry, spoken word. And I feel like I'm making a difference with my writing.
Okay, well that's good. You said you was prior military, so what branch of the military you hailing from?
The Air Force and the Air National Guard.
Oh, okay, yeah. That is a branch of service, that's for sure. You know what I mean? You know how we do. It's always we fight on the same side. You know what I mean? But it's always is what branch you in? Air Force, Navy, Army, Marines. We always got that little banter amongst us all. Our individual on our show, he's in the Air Force, or he was in the Air Force. Myself and David, we were in the Marines, and then we have Claudine, who was in the Army. So. We always clown and talk about each other when it comes to what military branch we served in, Right. But nonetheless, as far as that, let's go to the playwright. You said you also write plays. What plays have you written?
I've written one. I co-wrote with a talented screenplay writer in his own right, Mike Messier.
Mm-hmm.
How I met, pretty much me and him linked up. We actually were at a screen. We worked together on this play that was supposed to go into production called Shade, and COVID kind of nixed that idea.
Oh yeah, but, COVID.
Yeah, you know how COVID wrecked everything. So.
I know, right?
But me and him, we both got together. We collaborated on this script called Aaliyah and Troy. And we completed the script in a coffee shop where we would meet at. We completed it last February, and we're just trying to get funding for the movie, people that can sponsor us, and just get it out there, because it's a story about basically a love story, a love triangle, if you will. You got a military veteran named Troy who gets out of the service, and
is it like a play that's like close to the heart, something that might have happened that you're just putting it in play form?
Oh yeah, it is. It is based off my poetry. Yes.
Oh, okay. See, now every time you say something new, right? Because you just
Yep.
said you have your books and you're a screenwriter, and you also were in the military, and then you was like, okay, it's based off of my poetry. So you throw something else out there. I was like, man, you like a jack of all trades, man. So as far as the poems, the books that you have, are they books of poems, or am I right or wrong in reference to that, or what is the inspiration behind your books?
Basically, they are poetry. They're written more like, I would say, in a prose freestyle type format.
Mm-hmm.
I know when most people look at it, they don't see it that way, but I like to be different, and I don't like to be in a box, so to speak. I just write from the heart, and just whatever comes out, it's on paper. And
Okay. Well, what can they? Do you do any of the poetry slams here in the city? Like with what's the young lady's name? I just did her. Love Reigns. Like Love Reigns is one, and I know
I
they
know her.
typically have a poetry jam at Breezy's at times on Wednesdays. Do you usually go out to any of those?
I don't do like per se slams, except for, well, when I first got here, I did do one poetry slam. That was totally different than what I was used to. It's more competitive. But I do go out to the open mics at Jazzy's on Tuesday nights, and then sometimes I go to Breezy's on Wednesday nights, and every once in a while I'll go to the open mic cipher downtown.
Okay. Well, that's good,
Yeah,
yo. Because yeah, I would. We're probably gonna run into each other. 'Cause I typically do a little comedy at Breezy's on Wednesdays. I
yeah,
have yet to go out to Jazzy's. Both times that I've been out to Jazzy's, y'all have been too packed for me to stay there. So that just lets me know
yeah,
business is good
man.
there.
The
It's
food is
like, man, that
good.
last time I went, it was like an hour and a half wait. I was like, man, I'm hungry. My stomach touching my spine. I need to eat something now, But I know now I need to make a reservation. So if you're going out to Jazz, make a reservation before you
Yeah,
go.
you got to.
um,
I recommend it.
so as far as you say you have your books of poems, you write poetry, you did your screenplay. Did any of this, like, were you doing any of this when you were in the military, and then you just started to go full force at it after you got out? Was this something that just grew in you over time? Because I know I typically see you like everywhere. You know what I mean? It's like you're like a marketing guru. If you're not in this place, you're in this place. And then we just got two different. You're more approachable when it comes to people seeing you. Now, when they see me, they kind of standoffish when it comes to me. But every time I see you, you're just very an approachable type of person. But was this something that was groomed when you was in the military, and then you end up going out being 100% at it this entire time?
That's a good question, Leroy. I started writing. It just started off with just me writing, and I knew like when I joined the military. I mean, the love was still there of me just writing. A lot of things that I had to express, I put on paper. It was just a way for me to kind of just express myself and inspire other people that may be going through some stuff in life. And and then it turned into something deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? Uh, After I got out of the military, I was able to, you know, you know, focus on the dream of publishing my first book. And then there was other factors that kind of came along with it, like, you got to market your book. You know, that's a whole different beast. And
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
so, I'm an extrovert now. I consider myself, like you said, very approachable, but it was different because you had to get out there, and it's more than just writing a book,
I
you
know,
know.
right? They don't tell you that. They just say, if you build it, they will come, right?
Right.
But it's like out of the one thing that you like to do, there's like 10 things that take you out of your comfort zone to be able to do that one thing you like to do. And the last time that we met each other before this particular show here, we was at a marketing event with Jason
Yep.
Tolbert, right? Now, I'm
Like
gonna be
a few
honest
weeks
with you.
ago.
I was a firm believer if you build it, they will come. So I put together and built the podcast and everything like that. And then after everything was built, it was like, okay, well, now we got to get people to listen to the show.
Right.
And
Right.
marketing and networking and speaking with people was totally out my comfort zone. They'd be like, well, Leroy, you
Right.
are a comic. You talk to people all the time. I was like, no, I talk mess to strangers. And that's different than trying to get people to like you on a business
Right.
level. You know what I mean? So I started
Yeah.
taking in marketing classes and stuff like that to be able to put myself out there in a different light, in a different position. So people don't understand how hard it is. Once you do that one thing you like, there's those 10 things that you don't like to do that you have to do to be
Yeah.
what do you say, successful in that field that you're in, you know?
Oh
So
yeah.
so
You gotta learn to
with
adapt.
the I'm sorry, go ahead.
You have to learn. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Mhm.
You have to learn how to adapt and take on different nuances. And just learn to be coachable and teachable. And it definitely got me out of my comfort zone. Like for real, like you said, it burst something else and something that I didn't even think of before.
Right. See, now I always look at other people. I kind of like the rich and wealthy. It was like one thing, and it's funny that I'm quoting Donald Trump, right? But regardless of who he is, you know what I mean? He had some good
Right.
gems. He was like, "Listen, I'm not the smartest man in the world." He's like, "But I do keep smarter people around me," and I was like,
Yeah.
"Well, that makes sense." So when we went to the Jay Talbert's the marketing, the networking event, he kind of raised an idea in my mind about who do I have around me now. You know what I mean? To be
Right.
able to help me get successful. How do
Right.
I put those individuals in my pathway for me to be able to help them, and in turn, they'll be willing to help me. I never looked at it
Right.
that way. So
Different perspective, right?
say again, I'm sorry.
Different perspective, right?
Yes, it gave me a real different perspective. I was kind of
Yeah.
shocked. I was kind of upset that I didn't think about any of these things. But it's good that he was thinking about it for me, so now I can think about it.
Yeah, man.
So now, as
Definitely.
far as your books are concerned, you have two books. Where can they find and locate your books?
Yeah. You can find my books on Amazon, or you can go directly on my website, which is www.aaron, Aaron, Woodson.com. So Aaron, Woodson.com.
Okay. Now, I don't want to put you on the spot. Typically, they put you on the spot if you had like a poetry jam or anything like that. So,
Right.
to give some people some insight about what's inside of the books, is there anything specific you want people to or you want to like let people know what's inside of the book so that way they can be like, okay, well, I would like to read more and hear more about his poems. Is like one specific poem that you like to tell people that's in the book or anything like that?
Yeah, there's a lot of different alchemy in the book,
Mm-hmm.
like a mixture of different poems. It's kind of like what I like to call it. It all comes together and makes something beautiful into this beautiful story.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I would say for me, I have a lot of favorites, especially I mean in this first one. But if I were to point people to what they can expect, it's expect to get some poems about love. I don't know if y'all can see this with the glare, but yeah, there's a lot of poems about love. There's poems about grief and rejection, and just things that I've dealt with, relationships. Um, I would love to read a poem out of this book if you don't mind.
Oh, sure. Go ahead. Yeah. That's what I was
Yeah,
hoping for. I was like, well, maybe I can
yeah.
get him. I can pull a poem out of him while he's on air.
Give me 1 second, brother.
No problem. While you're doing that, for all of y'all that are watching while he is getting one of the best poems out of a book of best poems together, you can always check us out on all of your favorite social media platforms. We are in the community. This is not just a comedy podcast. We are also in the community, letting people know about what's going on inside our city. So there is not a reason for you not to have something to do, someplace to go, somebody to support that is doing something in the community. Okay. We are Jacksonville's #1 live comedy podcast. We are in your community. We are Signal 27. And let's get back to Mr. Aaron with his poem. Let's go ahead.
Yeah, this one is not for the weak at heart. This one is called Brutally Honest.
Okay.
And I was
I'm
feeling
getting my
some type of
fingers
way when I
together. Let
wrote
me. Yeah.
it. If I'm brutally honest, I'd tell you to go to hell. But surprisingly, all I can do is wish you well. People come, people go. Some stay for a season, some stay for the trilogy. That's the way it goes. The world can be bright one moment and turn dark the next. Now, excuse me while I flip on the switch. I need to expose some things to light. By no means am I a perfect man. I make tons of mistakes. I've hurt and I've disappointed many people. But all of that doesn't define my true character. People often sleep on the good that you do and your own good qualities about you. They are blind to their own flaws, yet want to call you out on yours. The tongue carries venom like it's life and death. I want to speak life right now. I'm not in the right state of mind or in the best of places. I see fake faces all around me. So now I'm trying to find one face that will be true to me. I'm tired of the flakes, fake handshakes, fake hugs, and empty promises. Real eyes that cry, real tears recognize real lies. You can't fool me. I see through the facade. Stop pretending to put on an act. Put some respect on my name. You think you're hurting me, but all you're really doing is hurting yourself. Your wounds are self-inflicted, but others are inflicted from people like you. It will take time to heal from all of this. It's a process. I'm a very resilient. I am very resilient. Every minor setback is a setup for a major comeback. This is my clapback. I could ruin you, but God has shown me grace and humbled me. I extend grace to you because of what my Father has done for me. Be thankful. I don't seek revenge. The battle is not mine, it's the Lord's. I know God will deal with you and maybe you'll change your ways. So with that said, I've said my piece and I was brutally honest. I'm praying for you, but to my prayer warriors out there, keep praying for me and people that need it. Amen.
Let's see now. I'm gonna be honest, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
For all those that don't know, when you be brutally honest, and I'm a brutally honest person.
Yeah.
I can honestly tell you what you said in there rings true. You better be
Thank you.
glad I didn't seek revenge. You better put some respect on my name. It's what it
For
is.
real.
Yo, don't play with me, Jack. I always tell Keita and them. I was
Seriously.
like, listen, baby, if anything ever happened to anybody that's in my family, that's in this immediate circle, I feel sorry.
For real.
Because I'm gonna put all of that military training to use.
Yep. That's right. That's right. The
Hello.
thing is, we're nice guys,
Yeah.
but it's like don't play with us, you know what I'm
No,
saying?
just don't, But maybe that be what the problem is about my face. Maybe I keep that military section on my face. It keeps people away. I don't know, but I don't want them to be away. I want to be nice. You know what I mean? I want to have
That's that
like
game for you.
that warm. Maybe that's something I need to practice on. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I
Yeah.
think most men honestly feel the way I feel. Just the way your poem stated, being brutally honest. You know what I mean? We all have that underlining tone of violence that can go there. We don't want to go there, but we can. And some of us will. You know what I mean? And it's good that you
Right.
put it in word form. We definitely need to hear that.
Thank you, brother. I
Yeah.
appreciate that, man.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
just, it's nothing wrong with expressing how you really feel, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times people bottle up a lot of their emotions. And, there's a word thrown around that we hear called emotional intelligence,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is very important. You know, you don't want to be ruled by your feelings, but you can't ignore them either.
True.
I think there's boundaries you got to put on how you feel. Acknowledge it, but don't let those feelings like the anger, don't let it don't let it consume you, I guess you could say. You I think you can have your moment, but then like anything, you gotta let it pass.
Facts.
Yeah.
So with that being said, because I'm not going to hold you too long, you are definitely a busy man. As far as any upcoming events, if people wanted to come see you, at least come out and support, purchase a book from you, get it signed and everything. Do you have anything that you have coming up that you want the people to know about?
Yeah, you can find me on open mic nights, Tuesdays at Jazzy's. I recommend making a reservation, like you
You're
said,
absolutely
because
right. Make a reservation.
and then on Wednesdays at Breezy's, I come there to perform. Uh, let's see, I do have an event scheduled with Ancient City Poets. I partnered with them. There's a list there's a quite a few performers that will be performing at this event on April the 9th at Flagler College campus. So you mark your calendars for that. So, I try to branch out at different areas here in Jacksonville, St. Augustine. Uh, I'm just trying to get out there.
Okay, okay. Now, before we go, I wanted to backtrack. I wanted to go to the stage play because we were talking about the plays and things that I were in during this time process and how I go through the process of memorizing my lines. And I mentioned rehearsals, like just we need to have rehearsals, right? So,
Oh
with
yeah,
that
for
being
sure.
said, I wanted to know, is there any, because you mentioned there was going to be a movie, but is and how COVID hit that brought your kind of put a standstill on the play. Is there any kind of news that you have about restarting that casting and venue locations and things of what we can expect as far as your playwright goes? And
Oh yeah. Well, the play that I was a part of, I heard that was going to be resumed. It was called Shade. That should be resuming if all the cast can come back. But as far as this new uh, this new production that I'm part of, it's called The Color Purple, and I actually play a lead character called Harpo in the legendary film called The Color Purple, and we're right now in rehearsals for that. And in May, I believe it's May the 20th. Yeah, May 19th or 20th. That's when we're actually having our show. So whatever that Saturday is of the third week of May, that's when the show is going to be. It's going to be in Amelia Island. Um, Still got to get more details, but I'll let you guys know for sure. But that's
yeah,
something that is
yeah,
in the
let us
works.
know. Let us know. We
Yeah,
definitely want to know because I always support what's going on, especially in the arts and the community here. If you give me some information about it, then when we do our shows on Sundays, we can definitely mention it, let people know where you're going to be at, so
yeah.
that way people can support what's going on in the city. So that way, but it is way out there. I mean, I don't think Amelia Island is that far out. I don't think so.
Nah, it's
I,
not too far.
but
Probably like 45 minutes.
yeah, but see, people, I know people that go see artists like who would like. I know a couple of people that drove all the way to Tampa Bay just to see Brian McKnight.
Yeah,
And the fact that you're willing to drive 3.5 hours to go see a man in tight pants just lets me know that people are willing to go do whatever it is that they want to do, regardless of how far it is away. You know what I
that's
mean?
true.
So,
That's
shout
true.
out to my wife on that note.
Yeah, I seen Brian McKnight in concert way back. He puts on a good show.
Yeah, you
I
do.
don't know if I would go 3 hours to see him, but
Yeah,
I know people that do.
yeah. I know somebody who's close to home who will go see him every time that he comes somewhere. That's close. So,
Yeah,
but with that being said, what I would like to know is that no, I'm just going to do a recap. You have your two books that you can get on Amazon. What's the name of those books again, please?
yes. The Face of Expression and The Face of Expression 2 in
Okay.
Your Face.
Okay. Those you can get on Amazon. You have your playwright, and you're
Yep.
going to be at a play in Amelia Island, which is the
Yep.
color purple. Now, the color purple is you're saying Harpo, so that is the original color purple, right?
Yes. Mhm.
Also, with that, being a military veteran, we appreciate your service from one vet to another. Thank you.
Yeah.
And the fact that you'll be at Jazzy's on Tuesdays, make sure that you got a reservation if you want to see my brother.
Yeah.
And he'll definitely sign a book if you purchase a book from him directly. So that way you can go ahead and support the brother, man, because you got a lot of
I
us that
got
are out here
one
doing
more.
things within the community. Go ahead.
Got one more. So yeah, I also collaborated with another talented musician. I did a track. It's called "Still on My Feet." It's a new poem, spoken word poem over a track, a musical track, and it came together beautifully. Mr. Brotherwell, aka Ryan Bozeman, we worked together on this. We collaborated, and it's already on SoundCloud, and it's already got 83 views. It was released about 3 days ago, and check it out. It's definitely a unique rock track with I'm speaking over the track while he's playing the chords. It's beautiful.
And what is it called again?
It's called "Still on My Feet."
Still on My Feet. Let me
It's
see.
all over my Facebook pages. It's on YouTube as well.
Oh, is it? So let's do this. I
Okay.
just recently do something. When we end the show, I'm going to find it, and hopefully there is no copyright to it. Is it? But with
Yeah, I
you
think
being
he did
on
put a.
there, hmm?
I'm sorry.
Now I said with you being on there, maybe you'll go ahead and give me a verbal saying it's okay to play "Still on My Feet,"
Yeah, you sure can. I would
and it's
love for you to do that.
by Ryan Bozen. Ryan.
Yeah. Ryan Bozeman. It's Bozeman.
Okay.
And what he's doing is he's basically collaborating with different poets, and we're doing a project, uh, for a good cause, for charity. So he got with each poet, and he put the music with their words, and it just sounds good, just really good.
Okay, and this will be under his possibly YouTube page, maybe.
Yeah, it's on his, and yeah, you could look it up on his too. Just type Ryan Bozeman and the song "Still on My Feet," and it should come up that way. Because I know the link is too long,
Mm-hmm.
the one that he sent me. So I mean, I think it would be better if you just type it in that way on the search.
I know sometimes YouTube be acting a little funny because I was looking
Yeah.
for another one of our. Oh, there you go, still on my feet.
Yeah.
Aaron
Oh,
Woodson
okay.
with
Cool.
Brother Well. That's what it is.
Yep. Yep.
All right. So what I'm going to do? Oh, it has words to it and everything. This one here
It
has
does.
words. All right.
Yeah.
So once we get done with the interview, which will be done shortly, I'm gonna go ahead and roll right into Still on My Feet and go ahead and see if we can send some people because it's under Brother Wells Music under his page there. So we can go
Yeah.
ahead and listen to that. Is there
Yes, sir.
anything else that you would like the people to know about you? How they can get in contact with you, where they can find you, anything like that?
Uh, yeah, man, just go out there, support, the face of expression. I really appreciate it. You could find me on, my website. Like I said, I mentioned earlier, www.aaronwoodson.com. You can go on Amazon, look for my books. I have an audio book, for the face of expression for all the audio listeners. It's there. And my email, if you like to do email correspondence, my email is a Woodson, the number 2 4, H as in Harry, B as in boy, L as in Larry @gmail.com. And phone number 904-237-2582. And that's it.
All right, Brother Woodson. I definitely appreciate your time this afternoon for giving us a little insight about what you got going on for our In the Community show. And for anybody that's out there, the Signal 27 show does In the Community. Typically, it's every Thursday. But Brother Woodson, I had double booked some things that was going on that day, and I had to move some things
Yeah.
around. And some things came up that particular day, so I had to make some changes. But luckily, he was blessed to be able to have some free time on this Saturday to be able to do the inner community social. I definitely do appreciate you for doing that for us here. Now, moving forward, I want
you
to
for
go
having
ahead
me,
and let
man.
all the individuals know that the next thing that's getting ready to happen right now is we're getting ready to do listen to Still on My Feet with my brother Aaron Woodson and brother Well. Been doing some new things with the Signal 27 show. So hopefully this here will work out right. So let me go ahead and get this started for you if y'all are patient with me.
Right.
Hopefully we won't
Yes,
have
sir.
any issues with what do you call it? Copyright. So we're gonna go ahead and get
Right.
this started. Let me go ahead and bring it up.
Hey, enjoy, everybody.
All right. Du-du-du-du-du-du.
We value what we can't see. We grow but we won't eat. We're sober but it's Thursday.
Let me introduce you to the publisher.
Still on my feet. I was hit by the unexpected. I was surrounded by enemies that were like sharks that smelled blood. They attacked me relentlessly. I held my own and stayed on my feet. I didn't know how to accept defeat, and I sure wasn't about to retreat. In the face of an ambush, I fought back. I kicked, scratched, and clawed my way back to the top. I wear scars from the battles I've endured. I got my head held high, and I've shaken everything off. I'm still a king on the rise. From sunrise to sunset each day, I'll still be on my feet.
Standing under rubble, trouble cast aside. Loving hard as possible, made it just in time. Dredge the Rappahannock, bridge the Apennines. Breath and man and ship until the color shines. Teething underwater, thinking about the time. Almost left into the arms of non-existent flight. Love and rediscover, live a centered life. Lean into the struggle as you carry on the fight. Enigmatic castles fade into the gravel light. Design, body is a vessel, burdened with the rest of night after night. Feelings sentimental, took a walk and lit some light. Automatic ripple, drifting a colossal tide. Baptized.
What bleeds from my pen will put you in a state of shock. What bleeds from my pen will put you on ice. What bleeds from my pen will make you shiver. The poetry that bleeds from my pen will serve as a reminder to those who's next in line. And the poetry that bleeds from my pen is the man writing from his heart and soul, Mr. Aaron T. Woodson.
All right, y'all. That was Still on My Feet with Brother Will and Mr. Aaron Woodson. I hope that you all enjoyed that. And just remember that you can always go out and support my brother. He's out there doing great things in the city and in the community. In the meantime, I definitely want to thank each and every last one of you all for tuning in to the Signal 27 show. Make sure that you all like, comment, and share the video. We do appreciate every last one of you all for tuning in. Brother Aaron Woodson, I appreciate you for coming through, man. Thank you. Appreciate you, man. And we'll definitely always have you on. We're going to have to get you in the studio with us during our Sunday shows. Hope you're ready for that. You know what I mean? And just remember that this is Jacksonville's #1 live comedy podcast. We are in your community. This is the Signal 27 show. Y'all have yourself a good afternoon. Thank you.